your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, though? It's the word. Hey, you see the title, we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that like, and if you're new, hit that subscribe. Check it out. It's free to you, but it means a lot to me. We got 9 in the building. What up, 9?
What's up, 9? Okay, I hear you all crystal clear.
Yeah, I had to get on the mic. My Bluetooth wasn't working, so I'm on the laptop. So,
Okay. What's up,
mic
y'all?
check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, my bad. You know, I just got to put.
You sounding good.
What up, though? Who in the chat? Miss V, what up, though? Appreciate you. Miss Tracy, appreciate you. The Minister of Defense, the General of the chat. Shout out to Commander. Appreciate you, sis. Bronze, what up, my brother? Appreciate you. Hey, yeah, this is gonna be a fun topic. D Shep over there. What up, though, Shep? What up, brother? Get your cup of coffee. Try not to go to sleep. Shade Love in the building. What up? I'm still scrolling up, people. Apologies. Shade Love is in the building. What up? Hey, so yeah, we're gonna talk about these demons within. And I have to be brutally honest with you with this subject because not only is this something that I practice, this is something I observe. And when you take your emotions out of things and you logically think, everything I say it'll make sense, right? So we go build on that. You want to say something real quick, sis? Because I might zone out. And just do me a favor, just if you can see the chat, just let me know.
Oh no, it's all on you. I'm watching the chat. Me and Commander here for support. We got you. Rock out, bro.
Mr. West is in the building. Hold on. Before we get the show started, my brother. Hey, y'all know we got I'm biased against some people. This is my brother, man.
Keith West is in the building, y'all. Welcome, Mr. West.
Mr. West is in the building. What up, Keith? What up? So check this out, right? The title, The Demons Within. Just like I tell people, you got God in you. Guess what? You got the devil in you too. There's a reason why I wanted to do a presentation, but I'm gonna do it later. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it because even when you state the 7 deadly sins, right? If you look at the 7 deadly sins, even from a biblical standpoint, if you look in another book, It's a demonology book, but it tell you about the 7 princes of hell, and each deadly sin represents a prince of hell. I don't know if I still got that video on my channel, but you should check it out if I do. If I do, I will put it on the community because it's probably at the bottom. There's over like 500 videos, but I'm about to erase half of them. But anyway, so these princes of hell are responsible for gluttony, for lust, all the 7 deadly sins. But when you look at humans, we say the demons are on us. Not on us, they're in us. When you vibrate at that frequency, it's your actions that manifest these demons. So you can be the best person on earth, but as soon as you get jealous, guess what? That's a demon. That's something you're manifesting. Even if you want to explain it from a spiritual aspect, right? Spiritual. I mean, if you religiously understand the 7 princes of hell, you'll understand the 7 demons within you. You'll understand that whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We'll go over that, but anyway, so from a spiritual standpoint now when we say demons are on us, what happens when you vibrate in that frequency, when you have those emotions? Understand what emotions are. Your soul has to express itself. How does it express itself? With energy, right? That's how your soul expresses itself, with energies, these feelings, these emotions that you have. That's your soul expressing yourself. So now when you get into emotion, energy and motion, emotion, that's your soul expressing itself with emotions. So when you vibrate in those lower, you attract those demons to you. You attract those demonic ass people to you. When you vibrate in that frequency, it's a beacon. Your feelings, your emotions, you're emitting energy. It's like a beacon. Think of it like as a beacon. The things that you emit, you will attract. So if you live in spirits of jealousy, envy, fear, resentment, all them lower frequencies, if you living in those, not only are you manifesting those demons out of you, but you're attracting them to you. You're attracting that form of energy. Now, even when you go from a psychological standpoint, right, to prove what I'm saying, you have certain, even it's called the dark triad. I did a video on that. Go check that out. But the dark triad, right? I got a video, and it's 3 different personalities: Machiavellianism, psychosis, psychopath, and narcissist. Those are the 3. Those behaviors, again, emotions, energy, and motion. What is that? Things we do, things we think, things we say. All that is an expression of the soul, right? So even when people possess those lower vibrations, people who manipulate, people who hurt people for no reason, people who are nasty to people, put people down, belittle them, all those lower things, they're doing that. It's an action. Behavior, right? The word behavior. Be, have. Those are the 2 words that create behavior. IOR is an action suffix. So be, have. Your actions, with your actions, you will have something. Be, have, behavior. The things you do will attract the things you get. So even in psychology, it tells you those lower things. That's a psychological diagnosis. Hold on. Where's the thing? Okay. What up, 9? The 9 is complete. Miss 702, what it do? Mr. Gary, bust it down. Brown, what up, 33? Appreciate you. Who else came in the building? My bad, I was cooking. I had my head down. Kind of zoned out for a minute. Got my brother Brian. I got my top snipe. Kenny, what up, brother?
Keep it going.
You said my bad. Say keep it going. So even in psychology, right? Even in science, it tells you that these lower things, these are bad things, right? They diagnosed it as a mental disorder. Being a psychopath, lack of empathy, not being able to express love. not even able to express compassion. None of the higher forms. What is that? That shit is demonic. Someone who can just go out and hurt people for no reason. So even their behavior, even in science, the behavior states if a person was good or bad. So a person walking around hurting people with no compassion, no empathy, no sympathy, will we not say, oh, they on demon time? Those people are demonic. But again, these are things that's inside you. The action, right? So even if you say, oh, the devil on my back, what did you do for the devil to be intrigued in you? Oh, I'm a believer. Nah, devil don't really fuck with believers like that. You can believe that all you want. Devil come when it's invited. That energy, that's you. That's your thoughts, your desires. That's you. Ain't nothing put that in you. That's something that's in you. You got to understand why.
Whoa, that was deep. Sorry to
Oh
cut you off.
no, that's okay, sis.
So the devil don't fool with worshipers, or what did you say, followers?
Well,
But it's because
it is all energy. Everything is energy. Even if
mm,
you want to explain spirit or whatever is in you is in you. Those desires you can blame it on the supernatural, but no, that's you. It's something in you that wants that. Even when I was talking about the ego, right? When I was telling you the three parts of the ego, you have the ID, which is the instinctive desires. That's your lower self. That's your self that just does stuff for self. They don't really care about nothing else. People function in that part. So now we even talking about consciousness, the same concept, right? This is where you get the concept of angel on one side and the demon on the other side, right? This concept I'm telling you now about the ego, the ID, right? So the ID is your lower self. That's your self that's ruled by animal nature, right? That you just do for you. You know, dogs go in the garbage can. They don't care if they tear the house up. They just hungry. They just going to eat, and they go eat regardless of what happens around them. People get stuck in that mode. So then the second part is the ego, which is the conscious self. So when we say ego, this is the only part that's labeled ego is you, your conscious self. And then you have the super ID. That's like the morals and values. That's the side of you who will sacrifice for humanity. You know. So you got these three aspects. You got the super ego, the angel, you got the ID, the devil, and you got the ego, you, the conscious person, the one living in the here and now. So even in that concept, being selfish is bad. Being sacrificial is good. So so even with the super ego, the ego and ID is good versus evil. But that's still your thoughts, your desires, your wishes. That's still you. So it all boils down back to you. You know, um when you take something outside yourself, you lose a little bit of it. You lose a little bit of yourself. And my opinion, right? When you begin to blame the things you do on the devil, or you say it's a spirit, then you don't take accountability. Unless you was possessed and sleepwalking or something and did something, you did it. If it was impulsive, if it was emotion, whatever the reason was, you still did it. I used to try to find when I really got to the point in my life when I stopped making excuses. I tried to make an excuse to myself, and it didn't even sound right. And then you hear people make justifications or excuses for bad behavior, and you realize like it's a maturity thing. You know, some people, I'm just being honest, right? We can look at this world and we can say it's demonic and all that, or we can look at this world and say the people just messed up. It's the people. You can say anything supernatural you want, but it's the people's action. That's what it is. And until we take responsibility, uh, until we stop giving all praise to deities, we'll never take responsibilities for the atrocities that we do. They keep blaming it on the devil, giving thanks to God and blaming the devil. That's why ain't nothing ever gonna get fixed. That's why we can't get nothing done. We can't get out our own way. We find excuses to bump heads with one another and blame it on some supernatural forces and just one thing I'd say, hey, you know what? I was jealous. I see the error of my ways. I won't do that no more. I was envious. I was whatever it is. Those feelings, them. You know when you really function on those lower frequencies, when you have fear, when you have insecurities, that's when you vibrating high on those lower frequencies. Then you start hearing voices telling you different things.
And you start acting on them.
Man, I can tell you, um, I can tell you, and you will be so paranoid, you will create conditions with your paranoia because your action. People will start moving funny because you're moving funny. You know, I like when I'm, I would never glorify, um, being in the street, but my experience has taught me so much about life and people. I learned so much by being in the street. Like a person can be your friend 1 second, and then the next second they knock your noodles out. Like literally within seconds, y'all boys and bang. I've seen that at least 4 or 5 times. Why? Jealousy, envy. So, like when people like come on here and play games like that, like, no, do you realize like I lived this like on a whole nother level that you can't even imagine. So like playing little mind games and stuff, like no, the games that I played, my life was in jeopardy. So you think, I mean, they say it's nothing new under the sun, but I said like this, the depths that people was willing to go through, people on here ain't willing to go through those. So the tactics ain't as evasive, if that makes sense. That's like even when I went into the corporate world, right? The little games that they played, I'm looking at them like, I already seen this, bro. So I knew how to move. You just learn how to move. But yeah, it's the energy. And you begin to feel that. You'll feel a shift in energy. People emotion, I keep telling you that's the power. Your emotions is I just explained it. I don't know if that went over people's head, but it's literally your expressions of your soul, and it's energy and motion. Your emotions is literally energy and motion, and it's frequencies. It's different for just like the color spectrum. You got an emotional spectrum, so you emit different emotions at different frequencies. That's why the lower deep emotions attract shit so quick. Just like the higher ones do. Love. That's why sex magic is so prevalent, because it's a euphoria. Even if it ain't love, it's close to it when people practicing sex magic. So even those spirits, man, you got 7 princes of hell. You got seven. What is it? Seven. Not 7 faces of God, but 7 spirits of God. You can look up the 7 spirits of God. All that is resonate Man, it's the duality of your chakra system. That's all that is. It shows duality within your chakra system, because just like you can resonate high frequency, which everyone talks about, is the demonic side to that, where you can resonate your energy and open up your crown chakra, not with positive energy, but with negative. There's an occult science behind that. So um, it's duality within everything. Everything is a frequency, everything is energy. You just got to tap in. And whatever you tap into, I mean, higher or lower, that's what you go experience. That's what you manifest in. So even when people say, "Oh, the demon got attached to me," what were you doing? You was vibrating at a frequency where it can attach to you. Like, think about this.
Wait, that's deep. Hold on. So, okay. So okay. Because I remember, right? They would take demons out, like in church. They would take demons out and they would like, you would have to be careful. They would say, like, get out the way. So basically a demon can't so can a demon attach to you if you a higher frequency?
If you lower,
So
that's
if
the
you a
trick.
low frequency, the demon can attach to you.
If you lower your frequency, think about this, right? This is what happens, right? If two people walk in a room, one happy and one sad, right? Whoever the most dominant is, will repel the other one. Either the happy person ain't gonna want to be around the sad person to leave, or the sad person ain't gonna want to be around this happy person and they go leave. So whoever got the most dominant. So if you vibrating high and that lower frequency is able to get you to come down, then they win. This is why we say don't
That's
come off
true.
your throne. This is why I always say that, right? I don't come off my throne and play with pigs. I'm not lowering my vibration to come down there for you to affect me. You throwing rocks up at it. I'm not calling myself a god, but that's the metaphor. That's what you're doing. You're throwing rocks up to somebody and hoping I get pissed off and come down to your level because you can't make it up here. That's why you're throwing rocks.
Wow, that just bust my like that's crazy. So that's what these jealous hoes be doing to me all the time. These hoes be throwing
That's
rocks at
deep,
me
ain't
while
it?
I'm on my pedestal. And I be getting mad, dropping down today. Man, word, you said that shit.
You are the demon.
Dang,
Hey, I am God spell you right. You are the demon. You are
that's
the demon. Literally.
crazy.
Your actions manifested anything. Look, man, all manifestation comes through human action on this planet, man. No matter how you want to put it, nothing materializes up the sky. Everyone, I mean, all manifestation happens through human interaction. No matter if they
Mm,
controlling something or if they doing something or if they build, it comes to human. So when they talk like this is why I tell y'all, man, y'all be manifesting people's dreams. If ain't nobody giving you something tangible, guess what they doing? If they not adding to you, guess what they doing?
taken away
What they taking away?
your stuff.
Your
Your
energy.
energy.
That's what I told you. What happened when when you go into these buildings? I don't care. Look, you ain't even got to go to a church. Think about what happens in a sports arena. Look where you at. You in a dome. You in a bowl. You cheering, screaming, yelling. So many different emotions. The team to win, they happy. The team is sad. They collecting all that. Where's that energy going? It's not you not using it. You didn't gave it away. You expended it. You yelling, screaming, happy. Now you all sad. Well, I mean, where's that energy at? What did you just do? You didn't spend so much money going to this game, buying hot dogs, $25, having a good old grand time, drinking beer, all that. You manifesting for them. They give you something to distract you, and they make make your hard earned money off of it. That's why you got athletes. You got people who distract you get paid more than people who fix you and help you and teach you. Oh man, this shit funny. I can't do nothing but laugh. This is why, like, when people be getting all serious with stuff, I'd be like, man, you really don't know. Like, people sheep and don't even know they sheep. It's people that sheep thinking they wolves. Like, nah, man. You still all this is a distraction from self. Everything is a distraction. Any man, I promise you. Uh, you already know that they will keep coming doing this until you get right, till you vibrate to that level, till you open that consciousness where you can. I ain't gonna say escape because I don't want to make it sound like this is a prison planet or something, but until you can elevate to the next level. But you get the vibrating low though because of all these interactions with these different things. You got so many different distractions. You got to go to work. You got to do this social thing, do that social thing. You got a family. You got to pay bills. It's just all this stuff. You want to do yoga once a week. You know, it's. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff people get distracted by. That's why, like, if you ever notice, the most spiritual people are the ones who can isolate. Why, when you isolate, you become spiritual? You ain't got everybody else in your head telling you most of the ideas and understanding that people got. It was given to them. Anything that was given to you when you was a kid, you need to look at it and understand where it come from. Why do I do this? Yeah, I can detach with no problem. No slogan be fantastic. The fanatic. So pole, North Pole, of the head and sole of your feet. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Hey, I appreciate the sauce, bro. I definitely appreciate the stroke. No distractions around you, so you can focus or reach within yourself. Yeah, and that's where you, man. You know the one of the coolest things about life coaching. This is something that I think almost all my clients said. Provoking question, thought provoking question. You know, I got a unique way of asking someone a question, and as they begin to talk, they will answer something that they had a question to. They answer their own, but it wasn't until I asked them the right question. That's what I had to learn in my life, right? Ask the right questions to myself, not to somebody else. People can only give me their perspective. I didn't read too many books, right? So I understand like perspective, other people's perspective. Not saying it's not needed, granted, or wanted. I'm just saying you have when you ask the question about yourself, you need to ask yourself. That's where the answer will come from. Ask yourself why you do certain things, and you listen long enough, you'll get the answer. That part, isolation, connects you to your inner self, which most don't want to deal with. Yeah, most people don't want to deal with. Most people don't want to deal with the inner self, and for me, it wasn't easy. Uh, and like I said, even when I first tried it, I went about it the wrong way because I understood I had things inside me. I know I had my feelings, my emotions. I felt certain ways about certain things. I didn't want that in me. But I had to understand how it got in me in the first place because none of this indoctrination, none of these bad things are in you at birth. You clean. They try to tell you born into sin. Nah, man. Sin is done. Sin is a concept. Even sin is a concept. So, and if whatever vehicle works for you, works for you. Yeah,
We take on these indoctrinations, and it's like all of them don't get you to trust yourself. You look to someone else for help and not to look to yourself or to even trust yourself.
yeah. I mean, you. I mean, even our philosophy, what we teaching, complementing the mind and soul, so you can manifest through the body properly. You can be a whole spirit. They changed the whole spirit to the Holy Spirit. You know, you got a navigation system. You just got to use it. Your soul will tell you left or right. You just they call it intuition. They call it discernment. That's the sixth sense. That's a part of you that's trying to communicate with you, but you fight against it. You don't know when it's talking to you or asking you. Like even when I was talking about
Right.
the
I'm sorry, go ahead.
even when I was talking about the five senses, like people take their senses for granted. They don't use them properly. The people who do become um, psychiatrists, behavior specialists. Um, what is that CSI team? I mean, not CSI. For the feds, I forgot what they call them, but they like behavior specialists, right? And these people, they observe, they pay attention, they use them five senses. They train you. That's part of the training. Like, man, if y'all only knew. If y'all only
But
knew.
even law enforcement uses psychic people
Mm-hmm.
to solve cases,
Yeah.
but they'll tell you, witchcraft and all of that is not good. But they have psychic people that they hire
Man,
to solve these cases.
what is the Eucharist? You telling me they don't do rituals? What is the Eucharist? Ain't that when they do Holy Communion? Ain't that what that's called?
Oh, they eat the body. You get take a piece of the bread of the body, the blood, which you drinking. That's a ritual, yeah.
And that shit is cannibalism. I don't care what nobody say. I will debate anybody on that. You cannot convince me you saying I am eating the body and drinking the blood ain't cannibalism. That's a blood sacrifice. Who does that? Like, nah, that shit weird. Like, this ain't the bread that they ate. Oh, it's to commemorate the Last Supper. It is? So you gonna eat body and drinking blood? That's what they was doing. I thought they was drinking wine and eating bread. That's what this book. Why we can't just hey, this is what they ate. This is what we go eat, and we cool. We go eat some bread that represents some bread, and drink some wine that represents some wine. We ain't gonna do no blood and body. Like you,
I swear you so deep.
man.
You so deep, but when you say it, it just I can't, bruh. It makes sense. When you say it, it makes sense. I never thought about it when I was doing it. Here I am just doing it in church.
Man, I thought
That's
that
what I
shit.
was told.
I was always thought that shit was weird. Like, hold on, bro. This, like, when I found out, I'm like, why we don't do this for real? Like, why we? Why I gotta be the body? They tell you it's to commemorate the Last Supper. So why we ain't eating bread and drinking wine like they was doing? This is to represent Jesus' Last Supper. This is the bread he ate. This is the wine he drank. Well, let's do this to commemorate. And then you see how things are reversed. Now check this out. You're eating and drinking. So when you this and then like man, this is I'm trying look, I'm being honest tonight. Okay, look, I don't even care. We talking about these demons, so we about to exercise some of these motherfuckers, right? We about to exercise some goddamn demons because this shit is demonic. Okay, I'm telling you, go study Greek history. Right? They did blood sacrifices where they drunk blood and ate flesh. You know why? Because they felt like they was taking on the power of the person. They was gonna get that person's energy. We didn't do that. You know what we did? We poured out wine. We spit it out. Libations. That's what we did. We didn't eat and drink people.
That's why you see dudes in the hood like I'm gonna pour out for my homies. That's in your
Mm-hmm.
DNA. That's something that we did. We poured out, like you said, libations. for our ancestors.
And look, look. You see what Keith just put in there: bread, the flesh, wine, the body. You eat it, right? Now think about what that's doing psychologically, right? That's conditioning you for cannibalism. I don't care what you say. You being conditioned like this is okay. You've been you've been it's like they wearing you down, right? You becoming more submissive. You're not even thinking no more. So they telling you everything in this book is real. They explaining it to you from their perspective. They're using chapters. You got to think of what they're doing. Look what why man, read me from the front and back. That's how you learn something. I come here to be educated. Or why did I come here? Why do you go to church? To worship. What is worshiping? You go to church to worship with people, a mass group of people. That's an energy ritual. Animals, not people. Yeah, I practiced hoodoo for a while. I never got into no blood sacrifice, but I understand voodoo and hoodoo. Some hoodoo practices you do chicken and goats is a sacrifice. Some practices. I know voodoo is definitely they practice blood sacrifices in voodoo and anything that derives from it. But yeah, so that whole thing, you that is demonic, man. The Greeks they did blood sacrifices. You doing the blood sacrifice, like the whole commemoration of Jesus Christ is demonic. And I tell you why. Think about this, man. Let's use common sense for a minute. No emotions, right? All common sense. If somebody that you love sacrificed their life for you, would you walk around with the weapon or the tool that killed them and say this is in commemoration? You walking around with a cross, that's like mocking. Like think about the things they ask you to do and you just do it. Even in the Bible you read and saying no idol worshiping. You ain't supposed to have no paintings or no crucifix. You ain't supposed to have none of that. People get Marys and mangers and all that stuff. You ain't supposed to have that. Why did you get it? Because the people who wrote the New Testament. There's a reason why the New Testament is the oldest version is written in Greek. It's not written in Aramaic. It's not written in Hebrew. It's written in Greek. You know why? Because the Greeks wrote it. That's why it's in Greek. Because the Greek people wrote it. Okay, who was these people? Who later took over? Who created Christianity? You can look in history and you start seeing the Council of Nicene. What is this? Council of Bobarak. What is that? They was doing what? Y'all done changed Zeus. Y'all done changed Yehoshua. There was a pronunciation was Yehoshua. People say Yahshua, but it was Yehoshua, right? You done changed the name to Jesus. Some people still around the world call him Jesus. El Zeus. These the Greeks who wrote this. Why did they? What happened at that time? What historically happened? Well, Constantine needed these two groups of people to be cool. These Hebrews, he needed them, and he needed these. I forgot the name of the religion. It wasn't the Greek pantheon, but it was a derivative of that. So what they did was merge the two. This is why you got Saturnalia, which is Christmas. That's why you got Ishtar. This is the worship of Ishtar. You got Easter. Look what they did You think they tell you, right? This is the resurrection of Christ, right? But what do they give you? They give you bunny rabbits and Easter eggs. Why? Because Esther was the fertility goddess. What did she do? What was the worship to her? They dyed eggs with blood. They dyed eggs with blood. What do y'all do? Dye
I
Easter eggs.
Daisy. I couldn't remember what it was because I read about her
Yeah.
several months ago. I mean, not several months, years ago, but I couldn't remember the story. I remember reading the
And
story about
and
it.
and check this out, Gary. Now, when you say the name Emmanuel, that's modern day, right? We say that's a name, but Emmanuel was an actual title. Emmanuel wasn't his name; that was a title. If you read in Hebrew, it said this will be the Imam. I forgot how to say it in Hebrew, but it said this will be, and so that was not a name; it was a title. When God told him when the angel told him what the baby name was gonna be, he was telling him what the baby was. Was done from non-physical contact. Yeah, we Lord, my Lord. I need a buzz ball. Hold on one second. Y'all rock for a minute.
Let's go through the comments. Let's go back up, scroll up. Spiritual healing is what the church say it is. Interesting. I thought the church don't believe in spirits or spiritual.
You said what was the question?
He said spiritual healing is what he thought they called it, as far as I believe, like the bread and wine, like spiritual healing or whatever. But I thought they don't believe like spiritual, like spirits or anything like that. So why would they call it spiritual healing?
It, you have to look at you. I mean, just use we using like for me, just logic, just straight logic. Um, Drinking blood and eating flesh. I mean, even imagine it. They're literally telling you to imagine that this is blood. Imagine that this is flesh. Use your imagination, right? Imagine that's what this is, and you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna spiritually heal. That shit sound crazy. I'm drinking blood. I'm eating. Oh, I blessed it. So why do it still have to be blood and flesh? Like, who does that? Like, how is that even?
He say
Look, man,
spiritual healing is what the church say it
man,
is.
I don't care what nobody say. God can come down here and tell me now, and I'll be like, you know what? Well, okay, we eat animal flesh, but that's not human. That's not human. I don't drink animal blood, but that's not human. Those are animals. I don't think it's right. I used to be a vegetarian. I need to go back, but that's still not human. Like any trying to justification for eating flesh and drinking blood, you got to ask yourself, why am I trying to justify this? Like literally, like is it okay for you to? Okay, I need to spiritually heal. Can I go cut some flesh and drink some blood? It's some vampire shit. What's going
Okay,
on? Ain't that
word
demonic?
anti got a question. She said, word in the Bible, God loves sacrifices. Why?
Because you just answered your question. I mean, hey, why do God even need sacrifices? That should be the question. Like, why do God need sacrifices? You talking about somebody created the universe, right? We talking about that God. Why does that God need sacrifices? Why does that God need anything from us? Why does that God jealous of us? Somebody who created air, something you can't see unless it's conditions, need you to sacrifice something. Need you to do anything. Why? That don't make sense. Not to me. I don't know. Like that. I mean, what am I? I'm talking about gravity, physics. Like you can all this stuff. Like the way the numbers line. You need me to do what? Worship you. You that vain? So that never made sense. So, um, but then when you hear stories older, it makes sense because we say God is a spirit, right? I'm talking about the Bible. God is a spirit. God is that's what they say. Right. So now we're admitting that spirits have emotions. Spirits have um thoughts and feelings. Spirits as who created everything knows nothing. Because if you just simple concepts that people use, they talk about free will. Like Brother Gary in the chat, he asked me the other night, was free will a curse? Right? Was free will a curse? So when you talk about free will and God gave it as a gift, like God gave us free will as a gift, right? So now you're talking about something you get to choose what you want to do. But not only does God give it to you as a gift, he gonna punish you if you use it. If you do what you want to do, you gonna get punished. Because even though you got free will, you gotta do what I say. When are we gonna start making sense? Like these concepts, you can tell where they place things at. That don't even make sense. But you know what makes sense? When Eve bit that apple, when she realized she was naked, that's when had the choice to do as she will.
So I want to backtrack. He said that comment where we said spiritual healing, that wasn't for the communion or whatever. I guess it was for something else that you
Oh,
were discussing, but that wasn't for communion. I think maybe Easter or something. Like, I don't know. I can't remember. But he said it wasn't. Um,
oh, my bad, bro.
D Shep said the letter J didn't exist until the 1900s.
Yeah, it didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like Jesus is a Greek. What I'm telling you, like when you deal with language, right? This is what I tell people is like is it's sometimes asinine to even have conversations with people about certain things. When you talking about language, right? When you meet somebody from China, they might say, "My name is what Mishan Ball" or something like that, and that's what their name is, right? They ain't telling you nothing else. When you go over to China, they say, "What's your name?" Are you trying to translate your name into their language? No, you just tell them your name. So if we understand the name, why are we using another name? Because it was transliterated. It was transliterated in the Tanakh. There was no mention of Jesus. They just talked about the Messiah. Jesus didn't come along into the New Testament. I told you who wrote that. So even understanding that concept, you can see where they put things out. When they wrote the New Testament, they wrote things in it. They even put Yahweh in the beginning of the Bible. When if you look at the original Tanakh, there was no Yahweh. Just like when Anti was reading that Bible yesterday and it was different from the King James. Now you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So when they created the New Testament, they went back into the Old Testament and put things in it. That's why things contradict itself. This is if you talking about the conscious community be banging on Christianity, go over to some of them Jewish channels. They be banging on Christianity. I'm talking about they show you what
The
was taken out.
Jews,
What was yes,
oh
yes
yeah, they
on
don't.
YouTube. They
Let me
be
tell you something. If
banging.
you a
I was like,
Christian and you want to be a
oh
real Christian, go watch the Jews.
man, I was like, oh snap, I ain't know that. Like, oh, because I don't speak Hebrew. But I'm talking about when you see what they added, I'm looking like, oh, they even talk about the Elohim as plural. Not the Orthodox, the real Jews. They talk about the Elohim as plural. They talk about a sky council. They ain't playing. They know what it is. They know what it is.
So
I'm telling you, not the Orthodox. I'm talking about the people who really practice it. They be reading that Ethiopian Tanakh, the
so
Torah.
somebody said Easter is supposed to be Christ's birth time.
Nah, nah, that's the resurrection. That's the why do you think Easter always falls on the spring equinox? That's for a reason. That's Esther.
All
That's
of
the
their
fertility
holidays,
season.
all of their holidays pretty much fall on some type of equinox, the solstice. It's just to replace what our
What's
ancestors had in
natural?
place.
Is
That's
what's
all it
natural.
is. It's to
The,
replace the solstice, the equinox, all of what our ancestor had. They just put that in place to make you think of that.
like the winter solstice. If you look at the oldest form of what is it? Oh man, if I knew I was talking about this over the older review, no, it's so old. It's not even Saturnalia. It's older than that. But basically, the winter equinox is when the sun goes down to its lowest point and rises back up to its highest point. The resurrection of the birth of the sun. That's what the winter equinox is, but is a from I believe from the 18th to the 25th is a I forget what day it go down to the lowest. It might be the 22nd, but the process begins at the 18th. That's when they originally start celebrating or
Hey,
paying
you
homage.
finished? They got questions.
Oh yeah.
Anti got a question. She said, "Word, I have a question.
Hmm.
Why does God like sacrifices in the Bible?"
Because see, okay, I'm gonna just give it to you. So, like I said in her show the other night, the God in the Bible is extraterrestrial. So those sacrifices, if you look, it was cattle and grain. They were bringing the gods the food so they can eat. It wasn't no
It
burning
was
period.
just
No, they were.
manipulation then.
Yeah, they were actually bringing the food to them. There wasn't no burning, and what does that go do? Oh, the sacrifices to show that you no, it wasn't. They were bringing that food to those gods. There were physical Anunnaki down
There was physical Anunnaki, and these people was looking at them as if they was gods,
there because they had
and they worshiped
technology,
these people.
and it was technology. I mean, look. Let's be real. Like, look at Egypt, right? The cut.
If we had some more advanced people right now that would come, we would probably worship them.
They would. They would look, man. If you can't deny if something come out the sky and say I'm God, come out of spaceship, what you gonna say? You an alien? And they got staffs when they smack the ground, people disintegrate. Man, you gonna be like, that's God.
Yeah, I heard they do have them type of weapons and stuff.
Man,
I
look,
had
look,
read about it.
look at all these ancient monoliths, right? They got um what do they call them? Like in Tibet, they got monasteries inside caves, like cut perfectly. Like we can't do that today. I'm talking about up in the mountains. Not not at the bottom of the mountain, up at the damn near top of the mountain where you got to climb to get in this. It's cut into a cave. How do you do that back in these times? And they say, oh, it was. Oh no, it wasn't open. You can see the precise cuts. Like this shit is perfect. We don't even have the tools to cut the stones in Egypt. Like those statues, the circumference, the measurement, all that stuff is precise. That wasn't done by no hand. You that naive to look you looking at something and you're that naive to think that some primitive person with a chisel and a rock did this.
I mean, that's why they can't replicate it now.
They can't. This stuff is still smooth. It's like 3,000 years old.
And standing, I ain't budged a bit. Even though they done tried to knock, she tear things down and knock it down,
Mm,
still ain't moving. The thing is still there.
yeah, it's still there. I mean, and you can't replicate this. They can't even truly explain how this much stone got from there to here. Oh, they drug
Mm-mm.
it. They ain't drug this shit. Come on now, man. Let's be
Mm.
real.
They tried to replicate. They try to replicate, but to this day, they still have not figured out how them pyramids was
And
made.
place there to align with the Orion Belt, the pyramids, the circumference of the pyramid. I mean, it's so many different measurements within the pyramids itself. I'm talking about it measures the sun going around the Earth. It measures the circumference of the Earth. It measures the height of the Earth. If you put so many, I think it's like 33 of those pyramids on top of each other, it'll be like, man,
It was
that
well thought out.
yeah,
It
and you
is.
can only get those measurements from above. This is like, think about what I'm saying. Like, how are three pyramids placed to match a constellation? How do you can own, man? Look,
Only the people who knew that constellation was up there
like,
had to have done it. The people
and
that's in the
and
sky.
and all these pyramids are sitting on magnetic ley lines. How did these people even know about magnetic ley lines? Like, come on, man. Like, if you really think that we, the people back then, were dumber than what we are,
No, we are dumb. We are dumbed down as people.
they dumb it
Ooh,
down.
we are the
But we're not
dumbest we
complete.
have ever been.
Like, think about, we not even complete. You know, our mind, and this is the
We not
philosophy,
half of what our ancestors were.
and this is the philosophy I'm teaching, right? We not even complete. Our mind is a constant conflict with our soul. We contradict ourselves. We unbalance. We dis-ease because those two components are working against each other. They work together sometimes, but most of the time you can see it in what people manifest. What we talking. Those two components, they detach from one another.
So Gary had a question. Um, Let me go up and look because I forgot now. Hold on. I can't
Explain
see it
what
no more. Oh, here you go. Word. What was the term naked meant in the Garden of Eden? That's a good one. I know
the
that one.
the term naked wasn't like physically naked. It was without knowing. They were like, she realized, like, I didn't know anything. Like, I don't.
Knowledge.
Yeah, it was knowledge. She was stripped. Like, she came into consciousness.
Hmm.
You know, think about if animals wasn't wired a certain way and they can consciously think, they'd be like, holy shit.
Right. That's what happened. It's like being thinking being a human, but you acting like an animal.
You were, look, man, look, let's be real. While we talking about this, right? Before we ate the apple, we was animals. That's how we was treated, like animals, like pets.
Right. Yeah, yeah, they
You
treat you
know,
like animals.
like pets. Don't touch this. Don't do that. Just stay in the garden and play. When I feel like dealing with you, I come out. It was no. You were a pet, and
Mhm.
then when you
Then
came
when
to
the
knowledge,
apple,
yeah, and
then you
apple was
woke
nothing.
up
Yeah,
and you like, wait a minute, where my clothes? Now it's like you want to act like a human. Where's my
you want to act
clothes
like
at?
a god. That's what it
Well,
was.
God, yeah.
And you was able to think. You had consciousness, just like them. You were able to associate things. You was able to use your brain for yourself.
So that's what that meant. Yeah.
Question: where could you explain what the pyramids were used for at those times, based on your research? Based on my research, they was power plants. That's why they ain't found nothing in it. The capstones are gone, and if you look around Egypt, you see all these.
They go ahead.
You see, everyone carried an ankh, right? That was like a transmitter of energy, right? But you see all the why is it slipping my tongue right now? Um, the columns. Why am I? They got them in. They even got them in the Vatican. They got one right sitting in the middle of the Vatican. Um, why is it slipping my tongue?
Mm-hmm. We talking about where the stones and stuff is at?
The columns. The is right on the tip of my tongue.
The Vatican, whatever.
No, like it like the Washington Monument. Like the
Oh, oh, and I
why
can't
is it
think of
slipping
it.
my tongue?
In DC,
Yeah.
the Lincoln thing, or the Washington Monument. I know what
Where
you're talking about. You talking about the angle of like the.
they they say they say it represents the phallus. That's the
Oh,
representation of it.
oh, that thing that goes straight. Oh, yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Why is it slipping my
I
tongue
can't
right
think of the
now?
name though,
I
but I
don't know
know
why
what
it's
you're
slipping
talking
my
about.
tongue. Big dog Philly, what up though? Appreciate you. Why is it? It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of.
Commanders say pillars.
Yeah, they look like pillars, but they really what is the name of them? I can't even think of the comedic name. That's wow. That is so wild. I guess because my mind not there. But yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. They're not called pillars. What obelisk? Okay, there we go. The obelisk. Oh my god, it took me so long to. But what is this? This Sameka Samonka? It's called like the comedic name is Sameka Samonka, something like that. But the obelisk was like when you like your energy poles and all this. It was kinetic energy, so they didn't need wires. But this is why it's
Also,
water
I
at the
think.
bottom and it's shafts. And if they was doing hydro, they was getting energy from water. It was crystals, granite crystals down there. It's pipes down there. They found fucking pipes. And we're talking about these people were primitive. It was pipes coming from the Nile, aqueducts.
Also, too, I found during my research with Thoth or whatever, they would go in there and in the chambers and basically get new bodies. He would, go in the chamber and go and and like transform into another body
Now
and
the
become
Hall of
somebody else.
Chambers.
I had read that too.
Now they think the Hall of Chambers is under the Sphinx. And in Mesopotamia, they had something similar to the Sphinx, where they think the Hall of Chambers was under there uh, for Enlil. I mean Inky.
Okay, so D Shep's got a question.
Yeah, that
He
was the
say,
first.
how is it that the planets in this universe are precisely placed on the drawings inside the pyramids?
Because they came from outer space. Those people, man, look, we can think. I mean, we can think anything we want. We can think anything we want, but is some things, even if you say it's interdimensional, right? Even if you want to say interdimensional, look, it's stuff that's been here way before we got here. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. It was things that happened. So what we understand as God, the people. That's why in the Bible say they walked with God, and it's Elohim. It's not God. It was many gods. This is why the Bible, the God said, "I'm a jealous God. I'm an envy God. Don't worship any other gods but me." He admitting that there's more than one God. There's other
Mhm.
gods.
But that was technically considered like man, right? Or Anunnaki.
Yeah, that was the Anunnaki. If you look at the Anunnaki story, they split the world up. Different Anunnaki had control over this. This is why you get all these different god, the Hindu
Basically, all
gods.
of these guys, but in shorter
That-
terms, what it is all of these guys was fighting against one another, and they using the God's words and put it in the Bible.
They told their story,
They told their story, but when we read it, we look at it as if it's God,
and don't get it twisted.
right?
What I'm saying, but don't get it twisted. What I'm saying, like even they have a god. You see what I'm saying? Like that frequency, that energy. They have a creator. That's why I
Right.
don't use the term God. I use creator. But those stories are stories of the past.
So
That stuff
they
really happened.
basically
A lot of
abused
that
us.
stuff, and some of it was perverted. But that's why you always go back to the source. Go back to where they got it from, and then you start to see like the missing pieces, the things that didn't make sense, made sense. Like when they say Elohim, let us make man in image and woman in our image and likeness. That's what the Elohim means. Back in Hebrew, when you look up Elohim, it means gods or powerful ones. They're talking plural. So now when you go into the Anunnaki story, you see what happened and you see the revolt. What happened in the Bible? The angels revolted. And what happened? They got knocked down. They got stranded on earth. This is why God gave the devil the domain. When God gave the devil the domain, that was a new given and Lil domain of earth.
Why would
Like
God give the devil domain over us?
and see, this is where the stories get mixed up again. Because remember, when God in Genesis, when He made man, He gave man domain over the creatures.
He
Over
sure did.
yeah, He gave man domain, but He gave him domain of what? The
Over
creatures.
the animals.
You see what I'm saying? And what did He give domain to the devil? The earth.
Over the people. Oh, the earth.
So when you're reading this is what I'm saying. When you're reading it, you gotta understand what was put in, what was took out. Because in the Tanakh, it never said that. It never said God gave the devil domain.
Shay in the building. What's up, Shay?
What up, though? Almost one.
Jen said,
Oh, you can hit the
Je-
panel.
Jesus,
Oh,
Gary, I want to hit the panel. I guess Anti dropped the link. I guess. Jen say Jesus went through hell to please God. Jesus is the one who represents us on earth. He says, yes, they are sinners, but I know what they go through.
that
He said,
that that that's even even when you read the story of Jesus going into hell, He didn't go for us. He went for Him. I mean, he was fasting. He was sacrificing. He was looking for God, and he found the devil, and he
damn.
defeated the devil, and he came back. So, I mean, in that story, I understand what the preacher told you, but you get more power out of understanding what Jesus went through. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, when people reading us a book, they giving us their comprehension or understanding of what they're reading. So not only are you getting the writer's perspective, but now you're getting someone else's perspective. You know, so that's all. That just causes too much confusion. And if you don't understand, you know, the Bible. I mean, people will tell you ask for wisdom and understanding before you even open the book. But you got to take that journey for yourself. Because even if somebody reading you a book, they only telling you their perspective and how they comprehend. And now you got to hope they don't have a motive or a narrative. So you got to be careful. when the people telling you because it's misinterpretation. A lot of like they tell you you go to heaven when you die, but then they read you Revelation and you don't go to heaven until Jesus come back. Jesus ain't came back, so where all the people at? They ain't in
Still in the
heaven.
grave, sitting there in the closet.
And in the Bible, God said He don't pay attention to the dead. So I mean, you better read that book.
You
Um,
messy.
no, that's what the book says, not me. You can't
What the book
communicate with
say,
the dead.
word?
You can't communicate with the dead. God does not acknowledge the dead.
So he
Google it.
don't acknowledge you. He don't acknowledge you when you dead. So then
Yeah,
how he gonna resurrect you? Then?
and God ain't resurrect. God never said He resurrecting you. God said Jesus go do it. God don't care about resurrecting you. Remember, they trying to replace with the New Testament. They're trying to replace God with Jesus. Now you got another middleman. You got to go through Jesus to get to God. Jesus was sent down here to wipe away all our sin, right? God didn't even want to deal with us no more. He sent Jesus to deal with. I'm just being real.
Dang.
I'm just God. Like, look, man, I'm tired of y'all. I done wiped y'all out. Y'all done came back. Noah, okay. Look, I'm gonna give y'all one more chance. I ain't dealing with you no more. I'm gonna send my son. You got to go through Jesus to get to God. God ain't dealing with you no more. That's why they try to turn Jesus into God. But Jesus said, I ain't the Father. I'm the Son. Father, why for thou have forsaken me? Jesus ain't the God. Jesus is God in the flesh. No. Again, read, do your history. Understand what the count is documented, man. This is what's it's documented. They tell you exactly why they did it. Research it. They tell you why they called the Council of Nicene. They were to ordain Jesus the Son of God.
For the people who don't know, explain to them the Council of Nicaea, because
So the
there are probably some people who don't even know what you're stating. But you can look all this information up if
the,
someone is
the, the
confused.
Council of Nicene was called by Constantine, a man who was trying to merge two nations together. He called them together. It was supposed to be 52 bishops, and they only had 38. But anyway, they got together, and not only did they ordain Jesus Christ, before that, Jesus Christ was just a prophet. This is what Islam. This is why they say no, Jesus is just a prophet. This is why Jewish people say no, Jesus is not the Messiah, because before that, he was just a prophet. But after the Council of Nicene, they deemed him the Son of God. They took out some books too. You had 88, now you got 66. They had to take those books out because it contradicted a lot of what they had left in there.
But you have a lot of Christians, because I remember they'll say, you know, that, well, then God just didn't want that in there.
But it tell you man did that.
Well,
Why didn't God want? Why didn't God? That don't make sense. So why ain't God updating the Bible now?
he is
Oh
updating the
yeah.
Bible. They got a Gen Z Bible now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So
Let me stop
and
playing.
no, because look, now check this out. This is what I'm saying. So in 50 years, when all of us is gone, right? Well, I ain't gonna say 50 years. So say 100 years from now, when all of us are gone, and something happened, the only thing they find is a Gen Z Bible. What you think will happen?
There's gonna be a new group of people that's gonna
This is
believe in
what
that
God
Gen Z
said.
Bible.
This is what God said. They tell you they omitted books. So the people of that time, you have to, if you have to admit this, right? Look,
So
we're
they trying to
using common
create
sense
a new book to get new people to attach to this Gen
to
Z. That's
establish a
what they're
new,
doing.
yeah, to establish a new standard.
This
That's what
is
they did the first
wild.
time.
This is
That's what
wild.
they did the first time. I mean, just think you. That's using
And
common
this is why
sense.
we all got attached to the Holy Bible. And so now they're trying to do a new. That's what you're saying, right?
They ain't trying, they doing it.
They're doing it. Well, they already did it because the Gen
Yeah.
Z Bible is
Yeah.
out for sale, right?
Look,
Anybody
look.
got that Gen Z Bible? I would love to know what's the difference from the Gen Z to the holy, the King James version.
Now, I want you to think about this, right? Just think about this for a
I'm
minute, right?
living forever, D2, because energy never dies. It only
Yeah, and
transfers. I'm living forever. I'm not dying.
forever young, I wanna be forever
Forever young.
young.
I'm just gonna transfer into another body and hopefully I get out of this universe because I don't want
Man,
to come back to this demonized universe. Hopefully
I
I
ain't,
go somewhere else and I ascension to another one because I can't do this little dirty mother.
I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I'm turning into air. I ain't dealing with y'all ninjas no more. I do not want to be a person. I turn to
I don't
air.
want to come back here no more. Period.
I be a water molecule. Turn me to put my energy into that. I don't, I don't want to be something in nature. Not around humans though. They might cut the tree down or something. Man,
How
y'all
can
be
energy
on.
die and just lay in a grave? That
Mm.
don't work. It don't that
Oh,
scientifically that don't
oh,
even
oh!
sound right.
Now, let me tell you, they try to trap you. Don't why do you think?
What
Look,
you
man,
mean they're trying to trap
what
you?
you man? Look, most Christians, right? What happened? What you do? You get bombed, you get put in the casket, and you go into the ground. This is why I say at some point common sense have to kick in. If in the Bible it say you go back to ashes, does the how are you doing that when your body isn't bombed and you're in a box? You don't go back to the earth. You're breaking your own rule. This is why the
True.
Hebrews get buried in a biodegradable bag the day after. They don't do all that bombing and taking organs out. That's an Egyptian practice, and that spans back into over here in Mesoamerica, where they found even older bodies embalmed, and is a what they call ancient astronaut belief. They're replicating what they seen the gods do before they went back into the sky. They was getting prepared for fucking space travel, and now y'all down here getting ready for space travel, putting yourself in boxes in the ground, thinking y'all about to take off and come back. Like what the? Like,
So wait, you mess yourself up when you get in a box.
man, you trying? What are you
Okay, so
doing?
what about cremation?
Cremation? I mean, look, once is over is over. You leave the body. Like if you look
Right,
medically,
your soul leaves anyway.
medically, when you die, they have weighed bodies. You lose weight. What the hell just happened? How do you lose weight when you die? It's not air that you breathing. Your blood is still in you. What left? Something left you. If you losing weight, something just left.
Your spirit.
Not gain weight, not dead weight, not heavier, but lighter. What left? That's medically proven. Go look at it.
I'ma Google that. Hold on, I'm finna
Go
Google
look
right
at it.
now. I'm finna see if he lying, y'all.
You're not going back in the box. I mean, you
When
can't go
you
back
die,
to ashes, to dust. You
when you
can't.
die, do you lose weight?
They say America is
One of the six subjects lost 3/4 of an ounce. How much weight do how much weight is lost when a person dies? 3/4 of an ounce upon a death.
you get sick, and that's true. That's all energy. And see, that's why I tell people like, when people be like, "Oh, you don't believe in God," I never said that. I know my Creator. I'm in tune with my Creator. My Creator is not jealous. My Creator is all love. I'm in tune. That's why I can be at peace. That's why I can have these conversations and not be mad. There's no point. It's all logic. That's what we doing. We having conversation. But when you it's a difference in believing something. When even the term believe, right? If you look up the term believe, it shows that it leaves doubt. You're accepting something that you can't prove, right? That's what believe is. But when you know something, you can observe it and you can confirm it. That's a fact.
I mean, that's how that's why I couldn't do it. I couldn't no longer do it anymore because I couldn't prove that religion. I couldn't prove it. And so things, like I said the other night, things have to make sense to me. It has to be logical. I just can't be believing in something because it just feel good. No. And no offense to nobody else. If you want to do it because it make you feel good, that's fine. But for me, it has to make sense for me to say die hard, I'm gonna die by this religion, and this is wholeheartedly the truth. For me, it gotta make sense. Cause if it don't make sense, ain't no way I can just rock out with it. I can't. My soul won't let me do it.
And see, and Jen, this is the beautiful thing, right? Um, Everyone has their own journey, and in that journey, we use our own vehicle. So I'm not here to take away no belief. I just be, I'm gonna just speak facts. But if something works for you, it doesn't matter what anyone else says or believes or can prove. You know what works for you. So if Jesus Christ may be your savior. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand. Like we all have our own unique connection, and we all use what we know. And if you connect with Jesus Christ, then that's your, you know what I'm saying? Like that's your connection. If I connect with the universe, that's mine. Is either wrong? No. Is either right? They right for us. And that's the beautiful thing. But like when we speak in facts, I can't do nothing but speak facts. That's the only thing. It's like that's why I say belief in something I can confirm. It's two different things, but I'm not here to at all take anything that works because any if you believe in the Lucky Charms leprechaun and that make you a better person, I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's a different vehicle than
I'm
what
over
I'm
here
using.
Googling everything you saying too. I'm trying to see if you lying. I'm over here at
And
the first council of Nicaea. I'm Googling this right now, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna tell
What
you. The bishops got together
what did
and
Constantine do in the Bible? According to the Da Vinci Code, ooh, Jay-Z always be putting that Da Vinci Code out there. It was not the leaders of the church, but Constantine the emperor who collated and edited the books of the Bible in the Council of Nicaea. Well, I'll be damned. I be damned. So they was editing the Bible.
when you look at the council of Nicene from a historical fact, it's not going to include Constantine. Some well, I'm not going to say that because it was a book written, I think, in 2008, where they had documentation that Constantine was involved. And I think that was after the Da Vinci Code came out. They actually published a book showing like having documentation or written documentation that Constantine was involved. But um, what is the name of that book?
Why they mention Martin Luther King? Who removed
No,
Luther?
no, Martin Luther.
Yeah, who is Martin Luther?
Martin
I,
Luther. That's the father of the Lutheran Church. You ever heard of the Lutherans? That's who was named after. He didn't believe in a lot of the things that the church believed in that time, and he went up against the church and lost. And bye bye.
oh,
They got rid
okay.
of him. A priest, a monk.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna Google everything you say to see if you lying.
Go ahead. I have fun with that.
You guys, I got y'all back. I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna see if he out here really just playing us, he manipulating us. Cause I'm gonna Google. Y'all guys, let me know. I'm here in the pen and I'm gonna Google. Let's go. What anybody want me to Google something y'all thought he was lying on?
Hey, the false popes were from Africa.
Why would I even do the nine like that? I'm petty. I need to stop.
No, I ain't doing nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing but prove me right. I'm good to go. That's why I said let's go. Shep, what up, though?
What's good? What's good? What's happening?
Oh Lord.
Chef, you're trying to hear that right now. But I've been asking this question for years, right? Is it easier to, like, let's say, okay, let's say you found out you've been living your whole life as a lie. Is it easier to continue to live that lie, or would it be easier to turn around and try and find out the truth?
Now, I mean, from the way you worded or structured the question, it's just easier to keep living a lie. Easy. I mean,
That explains the existence of a lot of people today.
sheep enjoy it being herded, and everybody ain't built the same. And this, I just come to this acceptance, right? You know, I talk about accepting things a lot, and this is one of the things I came to accept, that um, some people just are created to be herded. They just are.
There's going to be a small number of people that say, okay, damn, man, I realize I've been living this lie. What is the fucking truth, and how do I change that? How do I reprogram myself from what I've been taught all these years?
Mm-hmm.
That's a small number.
Oh, I got to check. I think my wife orders. I think I got a DoorDash. Yeah, I'll rock out real quick. I'll be right back.
So, hello, my good people. How art thou? I hope every thine is well. Let's see, Martin Luther King. Let's read.
On second thought, I don't trust D Shep. Y'all hold on.
This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll
Shep, I had to mess with you, bro. But you was quiet, so I was like,
No, I really didn't say how you kind of you threw me for a loop with that whole takeover thing. Cause I'm like, well, damn, takeover what? I don't
The chat night double. I don't know why it does that, D.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Weird.
But now, I operate on one thought at a time. So once that thought is gone, shit, if it ain't replaced with a new one, I'm stuck.
I wish I can do that, bro. It'd be so many things going on in my head. I'd be grabbing one thing at a time, I guess. I guess. No, I got ADHD. I'd be doing like 5 things at once. I'd be doing, that shit. Yeah.
It's probably being streamed, I think. That might be.
OGK, what up, though? I think probably because you on the panel. Kev in the building, what up, though? Oh, yeah, Kev, OGK, never mind. Tiago, Martin Luther King. Yeah, it ain't no junior.
No, it's Martin Luther. I said it wrong. You know how you just automatically think Martin Luther King or whatever
King,
because you see the name, yeah. But
Martin Luther.
I
it in
got
the
the
when I
Martin
seen
Luther
it,
from way back.
when I googled it, it said Martin Luther, and I added the King because, I just automatically thought that.
She was trying to be down with the king. You want to be down with the. Oh, never mind.
But it said Martin Luther, if that's what you asking. But
Hmm.
if you want me to look it up, I'll look it up. But it said, hold on, let me see, cause I'm still on here. What it
I was.
said? It said the Christian Bible contained these deuterocanonical. Yeah, I can't read that shit. It's like something. It contained
Hey,
whatever
Phil,
deuterocanonical, whatever books until Martin Luther, assuming the Masoretic text to be the original, remove them
Mhm.
to match this new Jewish canon. That's what it say.
that was not helpful at all.
I'm sorry. I wish I could
No,
show y'all a
I
screenshot or
got you. I
whatever,
got you.
but I
I,
don't know
I,
what these words mean. It's Deuterocanonical. How do you pronounce that?
I'm finna go get my phone. No, I'm finna go get my other phone, and I'll look it
Du-
up with
Deuterocan.
No, this is
Yeah, that's what
what
I'm
D
saying. I
Shep
can't
gonna do.
pronounce that.
D Shep
Shit.
go look up the word and have Google tell him how to say it. That's what he about to go do.
you. Hey, look, quit telling my damn secrets, girl.
I mean, I could
I
do that too, but
No, I don't do no shit like that. I told you, Tate, I'm actually smart. I just talk a lot of shit.
Exactly, anti. That's a long word. What do you expect me? Like, bruh, I'm not even supposed to play like I know that word.
I'm bad. I'm smacking on this jerky.
Matter of fact, let me see what's the meaning of that word. Anyway, let me see. I'm gonna copy and paste it and see what's the the name of that word. These are books and pages considered to be by the Catholic Church, the Eastern Orthodox Church, the Oriental Orthodox churches, and the Assyrian churches of the East. So they pretty much are the seven books: the Tobit, the Judith, the Baruch. All of these are pretty much books of the Bible that they omitted.
Hmm.
That's just really what it is. That's what they're saying. Books of the Bible they omitted.
When you said Masoretic text, I know they took out 7 to 8 books from the Masoretic text, and that was like the oldest Jewish Bible. Homeless, what up, though? Yeah, that was like one of the oldest Jewish Bibles.
What you say, Gary? You saying Martin Luther King is not his real? I never said Martin Luther King was his real name. They got Martin Luther. They don't have the King. Martin Luther King real name is Michael, like his father. He took the name Martin Luther after the man who made that religion. Oh, okay. You talking about that Martin Luther King?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, not what Gary just said. I didn't know that one is. But when I learned about Martin Luther, I thought it was interesting. Like, that's weird. I bet you did, D Shep.
What
No,
he looking for? He's still researching, trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Man, come on now. You doing come on now. It's taking you that long now. Come on. You gonna have to do better than that, Shell.
But I try to learn something new every day.
Anybody want me to Google something else to see if this dude is lying?
What else did I say? Google. I don't even know what else I said.
That's what I'm saying. He said a lie. I should have been in Google you.
We should rename this the fact check. What else did I say? I said a lot.
Man, I ain't researching shit. I want to go grab me some cashews and an orange.
Oh, who? A pair of shoes and an orange. The hell you
Yeah,
about to do?
eat some cashews and a damn orange.
Oh, you said cashews. I thought you said a pair of shoes. I'm like, what the hell? He about to go jog with an orange or something? It's a great day to live. Anytime you can learn something new, but you have to be open to learning things.
So basically, I learned demons are inside of you. I mean,
Mhm.
if it's the devil is you.
You also
Because
learned that the letter J didn't exist back in the ancient times.
You said what?
That the letter J didn't exist back in the biblical times.
One more time.
The letter J didn't
Oh
exist.
yeah, there's a couple letters that didn't exist.
Exactly.
Hey, it wasn't no vowels back then either. When they was writing
Exactly.
the original Hebrew and the original Greek, there wasn't no vowels. Vowels didn't come along until Phoenicians did. This is where you get
Thank
the word phonics and phone and all that because they changed the way we communicate by introducing vowels.
you. Mhm.
So we didn't even have vowels back then. So that's why I tell people that new Hebrew, that ain't old Hebrew, that's new Hebrew. That was made in the late 1900. I mean, early 1900. Eight, 18 something to be exact, 1889 or something like that.
Yeah, it was in the 1800s. I want to
Like
say 1840,
1889,
1900.
1888, 1888. I got a video on my channel about that. It's called "This Is Why I Don't Debate Religion." Nope, no vowels.
It's just crazy. They lead you to believe that all this shit was actually there.
But that's why you just need to understand like language, like because like it's the difference between translating something and transliterating something. Transliterating is when you're taking one word and you're matching it up phonetically or by sound to a word in another language. That's transliterating. Translating is when you're taking a concept and associating it. So if this word means ball, and then I got to find a word in my language to mean ball, and that's what this word means in my language, ball. You see what I'm saying? So words get moved around when you transliterate because you're going for a sound. So you almost create a new word. So this is why I tell people the word Jesus is a new word. The whole word itself, because it never existed in that language until they transliterated it from Greek or Latin. It went from Greek to Latin, and Latin to grammatic, and grammatic into English, Old English. That's why
Those
before
words,
you, hmm?
those words, even though they were transcribed from one language to the other one, at some point it took on a different meaning that was slightly different from the original.
Yeah, yeah. When it went from Greek, when it went into Greek, it meant something totally different. When it went from Hebrew to Greek, it was something different because
Exactly.
The Greeks put their spin on it, everything. They wrote the stories in their favor. Think about this: who killed Jesus Christ? Who owned Jesus?
The Jews.
right? They say
Wait,
the
say that
Jews.
again.
Who off Jesus?
The people.
The Jews. The Jewish people, right? Now you gotta look when we talk about historical fact. Now we gotta look, why did they make the Hebrews kill Jesus? Pontius Pilate, when you read the story, Pontius Pilate wanted to spare, but he was afraid that the people, that don't even make sense. These ain't even your people, bruh. And they want this dude murdered for what? And you just go do it. These ain't even your people. You don't even listen to your people like that, but you go listen to these people.
Right.
So I'm just using common sense at this point for the story, right? So okay, so we accept that Pontius Pilate did it because he had Jesus, crucified. This is what the Jews wanted. They wanted to put a crown of thorns on him. Why? Because he was imitating the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why they did it. But why the Jews? Look at what was happening around that time. They were trying to get the Christianity people on their side, the Christians, the followers of Christ, not the Jews. They was trying to get the Christians on their side. So they had to say, look, they made us do it. We didn't want to do it. That's why they look like the good guys in that book. They wrote that to make themselves look, to take the sacrifice of Jesus off their hands. They wanted to wash their hands with the blood, so they blamed it on. I ain't saying they blamed it on the Jews, but that's why the story written like that.
Right.
You got to see what the author is conveying. Even if you're reading the Bible, you got to comprehend it. You just got to look at it for what it is. Who wrote it? They wrote it from their perspective. What did they have to gain? That book written in Greek. It ain't written in Hebrew. The Hebrews didn't write that.
Straight bamboozle.
hmm So now you got Christians going against who? The Jews. People they stole. You took their religion and remixed it, and now you mad at them.
That's crazy.
'Cause we probably added the dancing and the Holy Ghost and all of that and
Well, we had
did the
all that.
most with it, didn't we?
hmm
Yeah, that was black folks.
We
hmm
we took over it and
Think
just
about
did
this.
the most, didn't we?
Think about this. I want you to think about something, right? Even in the Bible, they condemn like music and dancing because they say that's devil worshiping. They say that's Lucifer. Lucifer is the god of music. So why are we doing all this in church? Why we? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's a connection, a natural connection that we have. That's why we do it. But you ain't supposed to. That's why you go to a Lutheran church. They might have an organ, but you're singing hymns. There's no music. You're singing hymns. You go to a synagogue. They pray out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no music playing. Why? Because they tell you that's Satan. Mm, my bad. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Oh, hold on. What was
All
the
right, what am I
assumption
looking
of
at?
Moses? I haven't heard the assumption of Moses, and if I did, it probably was something else. But I don't know if you give me some understanding. But I haven't heard of the assumption of Moses.
Oh shit.
Mhm. Oh, jogging with an orange. Yeah, I thought D Shep said, I'm going to get some shoes and an orange. Like, what you going to get shoes for? You about to go jog with an orange? What's going on? Like, you know that citrus gonna give you lactic acid real quick, bro. You'll burn and then running around eating oranges and shit like at 2 o'clock
Yeah,
in the morning.
I went to grab me some shoes and a
hmm Be dancing and singing. That's what they say. Music is the devil's tool until we use it. Oh man, when we use it, it's fine. We're worshiping God.
Well, you
hmm
go to you go to any Episcopalian church, any Catholic church, there's still music. It's just not the same music, but it's
hmm
still
This is the funnier thing, right? This is the crazier thing. We can laugh about Christians having guitars and keyboards and stuff. But when you go to those churches, what do they have? They have fucking organs. And they said it was organ valves coming out of Lucifer's chest. Like y'all playing Lucifer, bro. Like man, I'm man, look, I ain't saying nothing. Y'all just gotta look at that. Y'all gotta do your own research. If we was on Rumble, I talk my shh, but I ain't doing it on here because they come after me. They try to make me crazy like Orlando Brown. I'm straight. I ain't trying to get
shit.
on
Take
that.
a little throw, but he telling on everybody.
Like that. Yeah, I'm straight, bro. Y'all don't want to know that anyway. Y'all don't want to know all that stuff, man. It's easier, like Shep said, it's just easier to believe.
To
Just
live
believe.
a lie.
Live a lie. Fuck it. Just believe. At first they had. Hey, I was thinking about something earlier, right? I'm like, damn, man, that's kind of fucked up. First they had you believing in Santa Claus, and then they had you believing in.
Mm-hmm.
It's conditioning, man. They get you used to believing. They get you okay with believing from a kid. Believe in the Tooth Fairy. Believe in the Easter Bunny. Believe in Santa Claus. So when you get older, you ain't even looking for facts. You still believing. You done been conditioned to
Hmm.
believe. You see how that shit work, bro?
That's pretty
When-
jacked up, man.
and then even this is what I be trying to tell people about the whole little Santa Claus thing, right? When you a kid and you finally realize Santa Claus ain't real, for me it was like I was pissed. Like I got mad and I was like, okay, I was 5 years old. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get extra toys, so I'm gonna just run with this. I got 10 more years of extra toys.
I was 5 years old too, man, when I saw my parents rolling in the house on my bike. And I knew right then we had a chimney, and I used to wait for the motherfucker every Christmas. And I never saw him come down that bitch. And then when I saw my parents coming through the door, that's when it dawned on me. Oh hell, okay. I went on, went back to sleep.
And I'm telling you, man, they condition you. And then when you get older, you do it.
Pete,
That's why I don't do that shit, bro. I don't tell. No, my son got mad. I guess he was watching TV. He was like, Santa Claus. I'm like, Santa Claus ain't real. He was like, yes, he is. I'm like, no, he ain't. I said, if Santa Claus come down my chimney, I'm shooting him.
I mean,
I
think about
probably
it like,
traumatized my son. Hey, nah, that ain't real, bro. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing all that. I'm just
would
not
that
doing
not
it.
be would that not be considered a generational curse?
I think it is. It's an indoctrination. You keep it like,
My
and think
point is,
about this. Think about this, right? And this is the same for everyone. What I'm about to say, but I'm black, right? So you have to understand the stigma is a little different, but it's the same thing for everyone. Everyone works hard all year round, and then they wait to Christmas come and they buy a ton of shit and they give it the credit to someone else. But this is different when it comes to black people though, because it's the psychological effect it has on black people. You have to understand that you're giving credit to a white man for something you did. That's conditioning. You get
mm-hmm.
accustomed to doing that. Like that shit has psychological stipulations if you want to believe it or not. Just think about it, look at it. it hits for everyone though, because even white people now you're giving credit for something that you did, something you bust your butt for. You were your heart, and you giving it credit to somebody else
I mean,
for
but then
what?
again,
To lie to
look
your
at the fact
kids?
they start the grooming at a young age, so that
Mm-hmm.
when you're older, you believe in this shit that don't exist.
Coming in my house. Oh man, yeah. It's like, but it's just the psychological effects that it has on anybody, not just black people. I just think it hit black people a different way. It hit them harder, But even white people, as Mexican people do the same thing, as Asian people do the same
Hmm.
thing. Like, it's just you're giving credit to someone else for something that you did. Then you go to work, and guess what? Your boss take your ideas and get a raise, get a higher position,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
still doing the same thing. You know why? Because you go to work and they take advantage of you. They make you do extra jobs that you ain't, and you just thankful to have a job. They look good because they got work getting done that they ain't paying, the company ain't paying for. So your boss look good.
Nah, for real, man.
Man, I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff, the way things are done, are conditions, man. And at some point, even waking up, people can say wake up, that's cool, but you got to unplug. Oh, Anti, what time you going live? You used to go live earlier. I'm gonna let Anti go live. We've been rocking for 2 hours, too long.
Anti, get your blind ass shit set up and let's get on with it.
Miss B said I only gave Santa credit for one. Yo, wow, man. Yo, wow. I wasn't raised to believe in Santa or the bunny. I wish I wouldn't, man. I wish I wasn't. My parents. I mean, I don't blame my parents or nothing. They did what they did. They only did what they knew. They was young parents. They did. I mean, it's a convincing way. Hey, look, everybody's doing it. You want your kids to have fun? Let them do it. Don't leave your kids left out. You don't want to neglect your kids. I mean, so it's very convincing. But you know what I did? I created my own shit. I created my own holidays, holy days that we pay homage. We don't do it. We pay homage. So we got our own holy days. My kids still have fun. I just do it my way. But I tell them this is our way. This is the way of our clan. Do this with your kids. I don't care if everybody ain't doing it. We having more fun than everybody. My kids they open gifts every day of the solstice. So they don't have to wait for Christmas. They get the big gift on Christmas, but they get gifts every day, and they recognize what's going on. Why they getting the gift? Take them out back, and we look up. I'm explaining it to him. He go comprehend it one day, but if I keep doing it, it becomes routine. It becomes a ritual.
Yeah, I done left cookies and milk at the motherfucking. Well, I'm glad I caught that shit at a young age.
The belief in Santa can also be a way to keep the imagination active in the child's mind. Everything is the way it's so. Yeah, but I can just encourage their imagination. I mean, I understand it, but even things that are useful and have benefits that are detrimental too, I just find things to replace them with. You know, instead of giving them Santa Claus, I give them the sun. I give them the story of the sun going to his lowest point, going up, and we go watch it.
Yeah.
That stimulate my son' imagination. Now he's 4 years old with a telescope. He want to see. He watching the moon, and the stars. We
Hmm.
can replace it. We can throw all that bull. Me personally, I just threw all of it away, and I replaced it with something more beneficial, something more useful that he can
Yeah.
actually utilize. That ain't gonna work against it. You ain't got to give your energy into anything because that's all you doing. Giving your energy to that, your attention, your time. Get it
You
back
know,
to yourself.
right.
Miss V,
Huh?
like, why we need
Check this.
Santa if gifts already here? We're anti. Tay text anti. See if she going live.
No, check this out, word.
All right.
This I swear to God, this ain't no cap. Tay never read. But during the first 5 minutes of you talking, I went to sleep. I'm not lying. I woke up like 20 minutes later, like, oh damn,
I told
clocked
you
out.
get a couple. I told you get a cup of coffee under the tree until Christmas. I told you get a cup of coffee. You should have got some no dos. Look, go to your doctor and tell him like, hey, look, is this dude I listen to? I want to support him, but I need something to keep me up. They give you some no dos or something. They give you some prescribed medication to keep you up.
Fuck that, I need that sleep. I'm gonna record you and play you like an AMSR.
Shep said my voice is close to ASMR. I know somebody was like, yeah, I had to turn you all the way up in my earphones and I still couldn't hear you. Somebody who put that? I think Dolly. Dolly said, yeah, I'll just watch a show on replay because I got to put you on my speaker because I can't hear you. Like what? Man, they be coming after me, man, but I love it. It's all in good fun, man. I know I be talking low. This I am though, man. I don't raise my voice. If I raise my voice, then it usually ain't good. It's
Man,
usually not good when
you
I
got
raise my voice.
to tune back into you. Like this shit ain't normal.
Yeah, I like this calm, cool, collected. I'm in my comfortable spot. This is my groove, right?
Right.
Even when I'm
Nothing
spitting,
wrong with
like
it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, and
yeah,
it's even better because it gives me shit that I
I
can
think
actually
she sleep.
make fun of.
you think she sleep? Yeah, Anta probably was listening too hard and went to sleep. Had her, Anta had her phone all the way up listening to me on high volume. I've been night night. I've been night night. If she got, hey, everybody, turn. I'm gonna see if she wake up. She's still listening. Hey, everybody, turn their stuff down right now. Please turn it down. I'm gonna try to wake
Okay.
Anta up. Everybody, turn your devices down. I promise you, you won't be mad at me. In three, two, one. Oh man. Oh man.
It's funny as hell.
We, we trying to wake Anta up. Man, look, bro. This is what we gonna do. There she go.
How she said she
I'm
doing her
doing
thumb
my-
there. Yeah, that's after you woke up.
right. Hey, no, I was listening to man. Look, I was so tired earlier. I was listening to Tay. I was in her premiere, and it just ended. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to DoorDash. I go to DoorDash. Next thing I know, my phone ringing, scared the shit out of me. Right? They like, what you doing? I'm like, I was door dashing, but I guess I just woke up, bro. I didn't even know I fell asleep.
And you were talking. That's some crazy shit, boy. That you can talk, put yourself to sleep like that.
I wasn't talking. I ain't talking to Shep no more. I ain't talking to Shep no more.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta talk about Transformers, Book of Eli. And listen, this is awesome. You talking about what he said? I got to talk about Transform. Oh, I thought he
No,
said he.
no, Gary.
Oh, Gary, man, he
He
said the Lord.
talking about everything we talking about sound like Transformers. But what
It
he
do.
was talking
Where you
about
think
sound like Transformers.
where you get all the, where you think they get all these stories from, man? Like even
from
look at
Transformers.
man, look at this, man. The
Who you
Transformer
think Hulk
story.
is?
The Transformer story is the battle between Enlil and Inky. That's what the Transformer story is. When you look at stuff like X Men, right? That was the battle between Martin and Malcolm. Bro, where do you think they get inspired from?
Who is Hulk?
Hulk. I don't know who Hulk is. Like to equate the story of the Incredible Hulk, who would you say? I would probably
The
say
black
Martin.
man. Because don't he has that
Oh, I see what you're saying.
where he turned
Like
green
how
and
he
stuff like
raised
that?
out, yeah, like Osiris.
Yeah,
Like,
the black man. Who is Batman
mm,
or Superman? Them pretty much like the black
yeah,
man, right?
yeah. Superman is like the metaphorical because it's what is a Oshun that gets energy from the sun. What is that Oshun? Is a Oshun that gets energy from the sun, and then Heru got energy from the sun. He got energy from Ra. So I mean, all these stories are old, and Batman will be more like Anubis. Like if you look at the story of Anubis, that's what basically what Anubis represent. But then you got Wonder Woman, that's Queen Khalifa. Then you got the
Right.
mermaids, that's Yin and
Who is
Yang.
the Batwoman? Would that just be the black woman?
I think the Amazon probably is the best representation because that was a real story. Batwoman, I guess you can say, no, Batwoman was actually it was supposed to be my aunt.
Yeah, Wonder Woman would be the Amazon shit.
Queen
Has
Khalifa.
anybody has
Where
anybody
you get the name California.
has anybody ever
Mm,
read the book or watched the show American Gods?
yeah.
Book is the shit. I still got it downstairs, but the show was cool. It just doesn't, most shows. That's like some real life shit.
And the reason I said Superman would be Heru because Heru actually got energy from the sun. Ra is the sun. So I wouldn't say Superman is Ra, because I think just him, Heru being able to gain energy from the sun is more like Superman because like anytime Superman got hurt or something, what did he do? He went closer to the sun and get the rays and became stronger. So Superman was like a son of the sun. You know what I'm saying? He was like Heru, the son of the sun. Even though Heru was Osiris's kid, Ra was the father of Heru, like the god of Heru. Like that's who Heru looked up to. Oh, yeah, say it like you're
Uh,
spitting.
just crazy.
Kanoosh, I can see that. Um, that I can see that. But
This was
you
a dope
know,
build. And
is
you ready? Damn.
ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
That's some
What's going on?
I like
This
that.
was a nice little build. So from what I understand, there is no devil. The devil is a lie, and that ain't nothing but the devil. All of those are just phrases that we were just brought up on. And the person that's the devil is inside the person.
Hmm. The person's
It's
inner
not a
desires.
okay.
It's something like this is why the Muslims have that word jihad. Jihad means spiritual warfare. Um, Depending on what faction, they give you different meanings. But I believe it's the Sunnis.
Sunni.
I believe what is it? Not the um, but they practice spiritual jihad, meaning it's them dealing with their higher and lower self. You know, it's spiritual. It's nothing physical. It's spiritual. So they understand it. But that's
I
what you
forget.
do.
I
It's
was
not so.
somewhere, man.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I was somewhere, man. And we were talking about how when they make that pilgrimage to Mecca and they walk in that fucking circle. Ain't that like one big ass monolith?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
What did
yeah.
you call it?
A monolith,
What is that?
a
It's more
huge
like
structure.
Yeah, they worship that, but that stone,
yeah,
Yeah,
that yeah.
Kyle.
So I would like to take you to different dimensions.
is that true though?
I don't
That
know
part
if
ain't even
Kyle
true.
means voice of God. I know El is God. I always thought that was interesting how they were the house of El. You see how they play on everything? They know about the Elohim. They Superman's home was the house of El. That was his family. So his name was Kyle. But if
Yeah,
I'm not, I mean, I don't know Kyle L. I don't know if
the more science dudes, they also use L too.
yeah,
L's and Bay.
L and Bay. Yeah, L and Bay. You gotta watch out for them L and Bays.
Yeah,
Some of them will kick science to you, and some of them will get you and get your
they
ass.
kick science to you, and then they kick dick kick you, however you want to put it.
Hmm.
Definitely get you.
But this was a dope bill. I am about to pass the mic to Sis. They got something going on over there, so we about to go over there and rock out. I
All right, so be
appreciate it.
prepared. Just
Yeah.
be prepared. It's gonna be a different kind of ride. All right.
Oh, you don't even know yet. You don't even know the half. But it's what was that Kevin Hart skit when he went to school after his mama told him to cuss at the teacher? When he told all his friends like, just watch, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. All right, man. Let me get out of here, man. I
We
appreciate y'all
appreciate
coming up here rocking out with me. This was a great build, man. A great build. I wish I did stream it over to somewhere else too, but we can chop it up. Y'all made me stay on here for 2 hours. I was only supposed to stay on an hour, but yeah, we did the thing. We did the thing. I appreciate. Oh, how did I do that? I done zoomed in. I ain't trying to do that. Okay, that's not good. Okay, fixed it. Okay, but yeah, we'll go ahead over to
you.
anti.
Came up,
So,
man, and participated, and joined us. And uh, when I woke up and I realized that we actually had a crowd, I'm like, hey, I might as well stay awake. And I
I
what
ain't
channel
getting
you
on no
call?
more panel. I I I
Channel
I,
P. Oh,
I, I have my dose of Shep. I'm not getting on the panel with you for another week. I got a detox. I appreciate y'all for coming up here rocking out. You know I got to pick with you, bro. I got to. Uh,
real man. It's always a pleasure. Oh, don't forget, I'm still got my information, man. Yeah,
oh, for sure. I'm gonna hit you up. I got to go back
all
through
right,
my screenshots and get it. I know I screenshotted it, but I'm gonna go back
so
through there and get it because I don't
no,
even
that's
remember
cool.
what live is on.
It
And
was
I
a
know I
while. It was a
screenshot.
while.
Yeah, just a matter of fact, you might as well just put
Oh
it back in
shit.
the
Yeah,
back chat.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
put it
I
in the
did.
back chat now. And then I ain't got it because I get ADHD, man. I'd start doing one thing and forget about doing another thing.
All right, y'all. Everyone have a good night. Peace, love, and blessings.
Peace
Yeah.
out. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I always say, care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody to tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out. We over at Antisocial. I'm gonna show us some love.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression,
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running